I'm Julia Sweeney. I'm an actress, writer. I'm a Washington State native, and I'm a cancer survivor. And I'm here today with friends of Fred Hutch as we discuss cancer breakthroughs that have saved lives. So you're a person who has a lot to give, which is so fantastic from your work of founding Costco and everything. And you've decided to give some of the money that you can and being on the board of Fred Hutch. And I guess I just wanted to ask you, when did you first become aware of Fred Hutch? And did you always know that it was there in Seattle, or was there a moment when you realized that you wanted to be part of it?
Well, who wouldn't know about Fred Hutch? It's world famous. And so I knew it was here. I never understood completely what it was that they did, but I had different people that I knew that were associated, different people that I knew who went to the Hutch because they wanted to be examined by some of the doctors and scientists there and then recommended to other healthcare facilities. And so I always knew about it, and of course I knew about Fred Hutchinson as a baseball manager and player, and so I understood it from that standpoint, but from a distance.
Now, have you been affected by cancer in your family, or?
Who hasn't?
I know, that's how I feel too.
I mean, everyone has been affected. Right. I mean, I had a sister that died of cancer when she was 41 years old.
Oh, really? What kind?
Breast cancer.
Wow.
And it metastasized and obviously became a very serious problem. And this was 35 years ago, so it was long before many of the advances that have been made in the last 3 decades.
Yeah.
And my mother died of cancer also, but she was older.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And why do you think it's important for people that maybe who can't give on the level that you do, like small donors, why do you think it's important for people to donate to Fred Hutch?
Well, because it's, number one, because it's something that's doing good for mankind. Any advances that they make, any breakthroughs are going to be good for hospitals around the world. And of course, it's a very important part of our community. I mean, we have a lot of pride in the fact that it would be housed in our community and that these great scientists would be working
right in our midst,
elbow to elbow with us, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's pretty important, and I think it's important that we support it as a community, and each of us, in a small way, can make a contribution.
So Jim, you're a big leader in this community in the Seattle area, and you support Fred Hutch. Why should other leaders of the community support Fred Hutch?
Well, I'm flattered that you would call me a big leader in the community, but I think all of us who have been very fortunate in our lives, and certainly I'm one of those people who has been very, very fortunate, have an obligation to the community where we live. The community has made me very prosperous, and I'd be a fool not to recognize the good luck that I had, and a fool not to be prepared to give back.
Right. Well, one thing I read that you said about Costco was that you cared so much that the business was going to be around like 50, 60 years from now. And I think that's the kind of expertise that you could bring to Fred Hutch. So I guess, can you tell me why you think it's important for Fred Hutch to be around for the long term?
Well, look at the history. I mean, read the history of the Hutch, the advances that they've made, the medical advances that have been contributed, the things that they're working on now, the dedication of the people at the Hutch to find cures for the various forms of cancer. I think once you get involved in just a little bit, you're hooked because it is such a compelling story.